Hello dear students, welcome to the channel of Dr. Gaurav Verma. In this video lecture, we will learn an important theorem, Hurwitz's theorem, chapter Faraday fractions. First of all, what is the statement of Hurwitz's theorem? Given any rational number xi, there exist infinitely many rational numbers h upon k so that difference of these is less than 1 by root 5 k square. It means that if there is an irrational number xi, then there exists infinitely rational number h by k so that their difference is always less than equal to this thing. First of all, we will take a lemma. If x and y are two positive integers, then we have to show that not both inequalities. So these two inequalities cannot hold simultaneously. We have to show that not both these inequalities cannot hold together. This is inequality 1 by x5, 1 over xy is greater than 1 by root 5, bracket 1 by x square plus y square. Here y is replaced with the x plus y. So we have proved that these inequalities not hold together. Okay. Now given inequalities can be written in the form, if we take LCM of this inequality, I can write it like this form. Also, this inequality by taking the LCM, I can write like this it. Now add these equations. Now we have to add these inequalities. When we add, it becomes like this. We will add left hand side into left hand side and add right hand side into right hand side. Okay. So take all terms on one side. So I will take all terms on this side. This will be less than equal to 0. So multiply the whole equation with the 2. We get this equation. Now on multiplication, now we are going to make it complete square. We can write like this. So it is a whole square 2y minus root 5 minus 1x whole square. So we get a square of a positive number less than 0, which is a contradiction, which is impossible. So given inequalities cannot hold together. So we have to use this lemma to prove the Hurwitz theorem. Now proof, let n is a positive integer. There exist the two consecutive fractions a upon b and c upon d in a Faraday sequence. And xi is an irrational number lying between these two rational numbers. Now we shall prove that at least one of these fractions satisfy this equation. Okay, we have to show that for any corresponding to any irrational number xi, there exist infinitely many rational numbers that satisfy this equation. This is the Hurwitz theorem. So here we will show that any one of these fractions will satisfy this equation. Okay, let us suppose no of the fraction among these satisfy one. Since a plus c, b plus d is a median, so it will be lie between them. Xi is also lie between them. So there will be two options. Either xi will be less than this thing, either xi will be greater than this thing. Okay, and we are taking that these numbers not satisfying this equation. If these are not satisfying this equation, then if we put a by b, it will be greater than sign equal to. Don't care how to do. As we taken the case first one, is saying these are not satisfying equation number one. So when we put a by b in the first number equation, it will be greater than equal to root 5b square according to this k. This is our k. If we take c by d, it will be greater than root 5d square. If we put this one, we will take b plus d whole square as we are taking not satisfying this. Okay. So in the first term, we will put a b right hand side. In other two equations, c upon d, and this we take epsilon on the right hand side of the difference. Since it is a modulus, it is doesn't matter. Now we will add these inequalities. Now starting adding, first of all add these two inequalities. We will get this thing. Then add number one equation with this inequality. We will get this thing. Okay. So taking this LCM, we will get this one. Taking LCM, we get this one. Okay, we know that if these are the consecutive Faraday fractions, so BC minus AD is equal to 1. So I get this equation, I get this equation. Now what is this? This is a lemma. And in the lemma, both inequalities can't hold together. Here both inequalities are hold together, so it contradicts lemma. So it means our supposition is wrong. These equations, these numbers must satisfy the equation number 1. Okay, students? So at least one of these fractions satisfy one. Similarly, if we take a xi greater than this, We also proved this thing. Now we have to show that there are infinitely many rational numbers. Another part of the theorem. Therefore, in each case, there exists a rational number h by k satisfying the equation. Since h over k depend upon our choice of n and xi's lie between them and this median is also lie between them, now we will take the modulus of these two numbers. So which can be written in the form also, which is less than equal to CD minus AB. So difference of these two numbers is less than CD minus AB. Adding this number and subtracting, we make two modulus which can be written as, by taking the LCM, we can write like this, and we know that these are the consecutive Faraday fractions. So BC minus AD is equal to 1, we get here. Now A plus C, B plus D is not belonging to Faraday class. Since A upon B, C upon D are the consecutive arrays, so this denominator must greater than n. So it means B plus D is greater than equal to n plus 1. So its reciprocal will be less than equal to n plus 1. Similarly, B is greater than equal to 1. So 1 by B is less than equal to 1. So I have replacing here 1 by B plus D is less than equal to n plus 1 and less than n plus 1, and 1 by D or 1 by B less than equal to 1. Using this equation, we get this equation. Now we have to show that there are many infinitely fraction h by k satisfying 1. Suppose h1 k1 is any rational number satisfying 1. So we have take h1 k1 is a one rational number satisfying the equation number 1. Now choose any n like this. So n plus 1 will be greater than this thing. So 1 over n plus 1 will be less than this thing. So we get this thing. Okay. And from equation number 2, this thing is less than 2 over n plus 1. So this will be less than this thing. So there exist infinitely many rational numbers h by k satisfying 1. Very easy theorem. Important examination point of view. Please subscribe my channel, Dr. Gaurav Verma. Now we will do another question, a theorem related to this Harvard theorem. The constant root 5 in the above theorem is the best possible. In other words, in above theorem does not hold. In other words, other above theorem does not hold if root 5 is replaced by any larger value. It means that if we replace root 5 with a larger value, then Harvey's theorem does not hold. Okay, we have to show this thing. So we shall find one value of xi for which root 5 cannot be replaced. Let us take this root, xi value this. Now take the difference x minus xi, x minus this thing. Put value of xi here. Here put the value. So on simplification, taking the LCM, we get this thing. Okay, so this is a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square. On taking LCM again, we get this thing. Now we take two integers h by k, so that taking x as a fraction h by k, putting in this here. So on simplification, put again value of epsilon here, psi put here, and we simplifying this. So this equation can be compared with this one equation. So and we know that the answer is this one. So using equation 1, we get this thing. Okay, taking k square outside. So left hand side is not equal to 0, right hand side is not equal to 0. Since xi and 5 minus xi are irrational number. Since this is a non-negative integer, this is a greater than 1. So I can write this equation as greater than equal to 1 by k square. Okay, so in the next step, we have shown that this equation is greater than equal to 1 by k square. Now suppose we have an infinite sequence of rational number h by ki which satisfy the given condition corresponding to 1 over m ki square. Here I have taken m in the stead of root of 5 in the Hurwitz theorem. When we open the modulus, it becomes like this, and adding epsilon on all sides and multiplying with the ki, we get this result. Now there are only finite number of hi which are lying between them corresponding to each value of ki. Now using this one 1 by ki square, and instead of h over k I have taken hi ki, I have written like this. So here I have used this value mi ki square. Okay, so both side ki square is cancelled out, we get the value of m this. Okay, as ki approaches to infinity, then as ai approaches to infinity, then ki also approaches to infinity. So this becomes 0 to m less than equal to 5. So this m is always less than equal to root 5. It cannot be greater than root 5. Above theorem does not hold if root 5 is replaced by any larger value. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Signing off, Dr. Gaurav Verma.